Some years back at Millbrook, a girl called in the middle of the night, and she had taken some mysterious chemical and in Los Angeles, and she was freaked, and she called up and she got me in the line. She said, "I've gone crazy and I'm going to kill myself and I'm insane," and she laughed hysterically, and she showed me she was insane. And I said to her, well, who dialed the phone? You know, the 4 digits and the 3 digits and the 3 digits and the 1 digit, and gave the number and the whole thing. She said, "I did." I said, "Well, would you put her on the phone, because you're crazy." In conclusion, when you leave this place and this blessing, this mitzvah, when you leave this, I can assure you that you will come down. And I can further tell you, although you may forget it, that that is as much of the teaching as this is. And the down and up is all part of the dance. And the game is not to get high, but the game is to be. And be includes highs and lows until you're no more attached to your high than you are to your low. There's bliss, there's depression. There it all is. There's the whole panorama of Maya. All the positive states and negative states. It's all more stuff. Divine stuff, the Leela. And in it all, here we are. Here we are. And the meaning of honoring Shiva is to give space to all these forces, to recognize them, to allow their being, to not try to shove them under the rug. There is a terrible habit we have of getting holy too fast. Intellectually, we know where holy is, and we figure out, well, I want to be like Swamiji, so I'll put on those clothes and I'll act like that. And you do it from outside in. You can't do this game from outside in. You can play at it, but you're going to keep that inner voice is going to keep being horrified by your hypocrisy. And then you say, well, I'm really nowhere. And the statement, I'm really nowhere, is the recognition of being somewhere. That is it. See, people come to me and say, I'm no good, I'm depressed, or I hate everybody. And I said to them, well, if you hated everybody, you wouldn't tell me you hate everybody. It's that story I've told about. I am now 2 minutes over because I have lack of self-control. I remembered, oh, that's what I hated about time. Time kept making me turn off life. And then I thought, no, time is merely making me turn off my desires. All I have to do is just desire to become the pure instrument of service, that's all. I'm going to become like one of those 747 planes. Not like the pilot, but like the plane. Somebody gets in the plane and moves it from here to here. It doesn't say, oh boy, I'm flying to New York. Or I bet I'll be big in Denver. You know, it's just an airplane. You move it from here to there and it does its thing. It goes, and it just flies. And I recognized that for me to understand the exquisiteness of karma yoga was going to mean that I could do this every single day until there was nobody doing it at all. It was just being done every day. Every day there was just the moving, the flying, and it was all sadhana. There wasn't one tiny bit of it. You come up to the security guard and the guard sees you as a potential bomber. That's Maharaji, that's my guru, who's just taken through central casting, gone to the costume department, and he's come out as the guard, and he's can't wait for Dean to get on the stand, you know. And at the same moment, I'm sitting inside saying, you can't wait for Dean to get on the stand. Because let me tell you that once that thing has happened enough to bring you into this room, as far as I'm concerned, it's all over. Now it's the mopping up operation, which may take many lifetimes. It's all purification from here on out. It's just cleaning up. It's getting your body together, getting your heart open, getting your mind calmed down. And understanding that a conscious being recognizes that she or he has taken birth, and the function of an incarnation is to end suffering. And that means wherever it exists, on any plane it exists in. And you recognize that the optimum thing you to do to end suffering is to work on yourself, and how you work on yourself depends on your dharma. What is your route through? And for me, my work on myself is through doing what I'm doing this minute. If I think I'm doing this, I've still got a way to go. Until this is just being done, and I'm just as much part of the audience as you are. Am I attached to being the speaker? Am I looking for the rush of your appreciation? Now, the honoring of Shiva is now 5 minutes past. I'll allow us 5 more minutes. The honoring of Shiva, it's easy when you talk about Shiva, you know, over there in India, with his ashes and his, you know, all his buddies he hangs out with are so scary, you know, and his wife, oh, the Kali, wow, jeez, far out. That's easy. Then you can bring it over here and you say, well, like, look at pollution and look at lying and stealing in government, and look at murder and paranoia and rape, and oh boy, that's cheap. But get a little closer still when you're ready, and realize that in you are all those forces as well. The Bhagavad Gita is talking about an inner battle. An inner battle. A battle between that voice that says kung fu and broccoli with some sauce on it, and the guy that says, I want to watch kung fu and I want to have the broccoli. That's the battle, those two guys. And that goes on and on and on and on, and everything you do, you know, when people come to me and they say, should I do this or do that? And I know that as a good yogi, I'm supposed to say good yogic things like, do this, or stand on your head, or something like that. But I must honestly admit, what I mainly say to people, it doesn't matter. Because whatever you do, you'll do as consciously or as unconsciously as you are. Do it all to bring yourself to God. Don't get caught in the form you're going to do it in. Just do it. And as you come closer to God, you find out, in fact, there are only certain things you can do, because you can't do things which increase illusion. You can't do things which increase suffering. You just can't do them because they're just too absurd. It's like taking needles and sticking them in your hands. Why are you going to do them? If I screw you, I'm just screwing myself. Who am I hurting? It's only us. That's where I'm sitting. I've got this little economic story that's fun. It's just a little fun image to play with. I've talked about before, my father heard that we were putting out some records very cheaply, and we were trying to lower prices of things and doing everything very economically, and that I was not trying to collect or amass money. And he says, what's the matter? Are you against capitalism? This is the ex-president of a railroad. Right? So I said, no, Dad, I'm not against capitalism. For you, I think it's great. It's just not my style. He says, I don't understand you. I said, well, that I understand. It's interesting, we love each other incredibly even though we're on different trips, because compassion doesn't mean you lay your trip on anybody else. It means you become it so perfectly that you become the light that draws. You don't go out and say, come on, Dad, wake up. But I said, I'll try to share with you, since you don't understand, I'll try to explain. I said, didn't you just try a case for Uncle Henry? He's a lawyer. He says, yeah. I said, you win it? He says, damn right I did. It was a tough case. I said, boy, you worked a lot on it. He says, I sure did. I said, I bet you charged him a big fee. He says, of course not. It's my brother-in-law. I said, well, that's my predicament. Everybody's my brother-in-law. Like, who am I going to rip off? And he could hear that. See, he could hear that out of a Jewish middle-class background. He could hear family you do one thing with, and them you do something else with, see? And if he's meshuggah enough so the whole thing is his family, that's, you know, he's a good kid anyway, you know.